Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world, wherever you are in the universe. This is Commander Swifty, Captain Swifty, the ineffectual gamer, and this is a Starfield live stream. So, well, I'll switch in game now. So we're going to have that weird thing where it goes dark. For me. Or not dark, sorry, there's no sound. That's the correct term. Okay. And now there's sound in the picture. I do believe. So, streaming slightly earlier. Actually, much slightly earlier. I didn't actually realise I was this early. But I just fancied... streaming a little bit. So everything's set up there? Okay, right, we'll go into the game then. So I think it was this save. Had a problem with the syncing this game. If you play it on Xbox as well, it's fucking syncing simulator. Literally, it was going to spend 32 minutes syncing a couple of save games. Yeah, not sitting there for that. Honestly, I remember I stacked up a few missions from the activities and so I was trying to get rid of all the activities. Now, this is just me and this is how I am sometimes in games. If there's something there and there's things inside of it and I know they're there, it's going to bother me and it's always going to feel like my list is too full. So I was looking at it and I was like, look, I've got these three different messages from three different missions from Constellation. I'm guessing that one is going to be the end of the opening because it's saying to go back to Vactera and find about Barrett. So I'm guessing I'm going to go find him, or I'll be sent on some mission to find him. And then when I bring that back, that'll be that part of the story arc finished, I think. The empty nest I was looking at, I think that's the start of a new one. By the looks of it, because she said to meet somebody. And then this one is taking something back to the lodge, which I actually, as soon as I've talked to Clover, I think I'm going to do that one, because again, I think that will be the end of that quest line. Having said that, yeah, I think it will be. So I'll be able to clear my list of them. So I just need to do this activity one to get this off. And then I've got a few... small missions to do, a couple of bigger missions to do. This one I actually haven't even started yet, so I'll give it a go. Oh, hello Joe, sorry, when I do my intros I'm never ever looking at the chat. Hey Mike, how's it going? Not every night. Yeah, well, I don't know if we'll talk about tonight. We might get into the reason why I disappeared from streaming and why I've kind of come back to it a bit now. Just not had a good couple of years, but I don't feel quite like speaking about it, so we'll speak about it one night. But actually, I wasn't wanting to really stream tonight. I was wanting to stream on Sunday, and I thought, well, if I stream on Sunday, then I'll have to stream on Friday, because then I'll only want to stream once. And once I fired up the game, I was like, do you know what? Just get back into it. So, no alcohol, I'm on Dr. Pepper tonight. Dr. Pepper and Vanilla Coke. This is going to be to... Why is that not showing up properly? Thank you, Mike. I'm just seeing some of your messages pop up in the video, and I'm like, where are they on my bloody chat? And it's because I've got the chat set to top chat, not live chat. So, let's see. How am I supposed to enjoy my online porn addiction when you're on every night? Well, you have to do that in the daytime. That's when I generally do it. Not that I'm doing it, because I've got a porn addiction. Right, so, I think we're going to try and do this one of Talk to Clover. What can I say about Starfield? What do you think about Starfield, Mike? Joe, are you playing? What do you think about it? I think it is just dandy. I've got this save. I've got another save with... Rick Deckard's long lost daughter, Elise. She's flying through. She's doing loads of stuff because I'm just hammering missions with her. There's some I've definitely not done. Some of the more right side ones. Yeah, I don't think it's perfect, but I feel like I'm the only person who sat there before the game came out, just going, "You do all realise it's a Bethesda game. You do realise this, don't you?" The reason I say that is because I hate Skyrim just because I hate that genre. I'm not into dragons and stuff like that. I don't watch Game of Thrones, don't watch any show, haven't seen Lord of the Rings. Although I did when I was a kid, I did like Lord of the Rings, so I watched the Hobbit animation, and I can't remember if there was an original Lord of the Rings movie before the famous ones, you know. And I watched that as well, and I read the books. But as an adult, I have no interest in it, and like zero. It's not one of those things like, for example, I hated cowboy stuff growing up, but playing Red Dead Redemption totally changed me into a cowboy buff now. I absolutely love it, beyond most other things. And the dragon stuff, it's just, I've never ever got into it. I've tried, I've played a few games where I've been like, oh, I'll give it a go. Don't really like it, but I do like other old stuff, so I don't know why that is. But I have played Fallout 4, and Fallout 4 I didn't play a lot because obviously I never even got around to streaming it, because I actually didn't like it. I didn't like the gunplay, which this game actually has very similar. But I didn't like the gunplay, and I just didn't like the feel of the game, even though I love the setting. This post-60s futuristic world with nuclear power, I just love it. That TV show that was on recently, I've forgotten its name, with the guy who does the voice of Mo in Simpsons, I've forgotten his name now. He did a show where it was set in like a Fallout world. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing. Really have forgotten the name. Yeah, it's maybe. I tell you what, Joe. If you he's saying he's a tight git. He's got the Scottish flower, and he's Scottish, and this is me having to hold down eons and eons of what I've been told as an English child. But I won't bring it up. Joe. But no, if you are like that, because I am a bit like that with some games, like Hogwarts Legacy, played a very small part of it and actually really enjoyed it, but there's no way I'm paying a lot of money for that. And funnily enough, I know that's set in a magical world. I don't like the movies at all. Hate them with a passion. But that game, I think it taps into another part of my brain about old England that I quite like, and I think that game kind of touches on it. But there were parts of it that I didn't like, so I think, yeah, I think this Christmas this game will come down in price, just because of how much it's like sort of burst onto the scene. I tend to see a trend a lot of times where when a game has a massive launch and then numbers dwindle off a little bit, the game will very, very, very quickly go on sale. Whereas if the game has kind of a long period, slow progression, they never change the price. So, yeah, you could try CD keys. The best one for me is All Key Shop. So if you just type in All Key Shop, because that goes through Instant Gaming, Enable, CD Keys, goes through a lot of the different websites, and it comes back and brings you the prices and tells you like if it has discounts and stuff. Really, really good. Right, should kind of get on with this rather than chit chatting. Right, look. So we're gonna do this one. I was obviously into. Oh yeah, because I lost that money, didn't I, Joe? Joe was feeling my feelings that night. Okay, so they're in Neon, so we'll go to Neon. Yeah, I lost the 18 grand or whatever, didn't I? Oh, you should stick with Red Dead. It's great, Joe. There's I'll put it in the chat. If you search the 2 map, and it's I've forgotten the bloody. It's by a group called Map Genie. This actually helps a little bit with RDR2. It tells you where there's like secret stuff hidden away. So if you're not the type of person who's going to go searching through the world, then it gives you a heads up on where certain things are. Oh, but this was the original Red Dead. Ah, okay. Well, but you paid through the nose for that, didn't you? Great game though. Great game. Still play it on the Xbox. Oh, she's over here somewhere. Oh, this is going to take a lot of getting used to because I am not. I haven't been playing with this character since the last stream. I've been playing with Elise, and Elise is way further ahead than this character, and I can already feel it from the way he's running. They have changed the carrying thing, Mike. I don't know if you've noticed that. So they had a new update yesterday, I think it was, and when you're encumbered, you seem to be able to walk a bit faster. I think they've realised that maybe the limping was if you have to literally stop walking to get your oxygen back. I think they do just like, yeah, we've gone a bit over the edge with that, which is good to see. There's a couple of other very small changes that I've noticed as well. Some of the bosses seem a bit harder than they would be. And you kind of have more of a prolonged fight, whereas the grunts are really easy to take out.
Again, look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm doing everything I can.
Alright, if it's Red Dead 2, try that
Blood
map.
from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression.
What I tend to find in Red Dead is doing it area by area. So just trying to find stuff in the area that your camp is and not going too far afield and not trying to go, because I think you find more that way if you stick around in your area. It seems like more random events and things happen to point you in the direction of stuff, whereas if you stretch yourself out, they don't seem to happen as much. Right, so well, I've forgotten what she said. I'm a little bit stoned here.
Please, take your time.
Oh, drinking at the moment.
You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelcor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's
So
Clover.
I'm here to get debt. Okay, right, okay. Oh, crepes, I haven't got some of the conversational choices. This is really hard. Right, I need to listen to what she's saying. Yeah, I'll be nice, because he's
That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game.
That's terrible Irish voice there. Mike says, I've upgraded and engineered my pack so many times now I don't notice. Yeah, there's definitely the changes have definitely been good, and well, I only noticed the change because my other character is very, very different. Her jetpack works much differently, and she has more to carry as well. But oh crap, I was having some thoughts this afternoon about how to work with my inventory to give it more, so I get more money.
Tough city.
Oh yeah, it was. I was thinking about. This is a money-making tip. I was actually selling. That's what it was. I was doing today. I was selling data from. All of this has some value. That one does, for example. It says 4,500, but I think the maximum you get is 2,800 or something. So, and there's a Demios survey data there as well. These have no mass, but they're actually really, really valuable. And I was like, do you know what else has no mass and is valuable? Ammunition. And I've realised that when you sell it, each piece of ammunition is worth $5 or 5 credits. So this, if I'm not using a gun which uses these cartridges, you think about how much that's worth. Or for example, if you don't use shotguns at all, you just sell shotgun ammo. But every mission you go through, there's a ton of it. It's on the floor, it's on the walls, depending on how you shoot the guy. It's on desks. It's absolutely everywhere. Hey, Malcolm. Malcolm always comes in, say hello, and then he never answers my question. Prove me wrong, Malcolm. Have you been streaming yourself? Because I don't watch a lot of... I just wondered if you were still doing it, or you've kind of cut down on it now. I'm just asking because you used to show up a lot on my YouTube, but I am away from YouTube a lot more now. I very, very rarely watch it. So you look here, these ones, although I use these, that's why I've got so many of them, but these ones I don't, and there's over 1,000 of them. So if they sell at 5 each, it's 5,000 credits. And you think about, you go through all the ammo and you're like, because I don't pick ammo up, but I'm bloody gonna now. Because at the moment I'm using, I've got 4 guns and one of them's the cutter. So, the Maelstrom's back up. It's only because of the stats that I've actually kept hold of it. But as I progress, that gun probably isn't going to. The Grendel, it was another one because it's just all green, and I need to actually test them against each other. So I'm using 15, 25. Oh, I remember this from the other night actually. 777. I always stock up on that because it's not actually the Grendel. There's a pistol that uses it, and if you get a roll that has what roll is it? That has poison in it. Oh god, my computer's making noises, and I don't know what the noises are coming from. Give me 1 second, people. Right, I think I do. I'm just going to sort it now. Right, so this is going to take a couple of minutes because I actually don't know what it is that's making that noise. No, it's not that. Can't be that. I don't know whether you can hear the sound, but it'll be impossible to play with it. The problem is I don't want to pull anything out that's actually been used, and I can't think what else I've got plugged in that would be actually using it.